Chapter number 12, electricity and circuits. So almost we have come to the end of the chapter. Okay, so today, as far as the chapter is concerned, we talked about electricity, we talked about its source. Okay, then we talked about its different components. So we are discussing about different components of electricity. Then after that we talked about circuits also. That means if all the components are connected, okay, then we can call it a closed circuit. Okay, and we talked about open circuit also, and we can differentiate between open circuit and closed circuit. So today we are going to study another important components, that is switch. So about switch, it is one of the components of electric current. So we talked about basic things yesterday, means in our previous class. So today we are going to talk more about switch. So switch is the component or device which is either which makes or what we can say, which makes or breaks the circuit, breaks the circuit. That means makes and breaks. Makes and breaks means switch is the thing that or device which helps a circuit to either make, that means either make it functional, or to break, that means to disconnect the circuits. Okay, so if the switch is in off position, that means it breaks the circuit. It breaks the circuit, and that type of circuit is known as open circuit. Okay, it breaks the circuit, and that type of circuit is known as open circuit. Okay, so mean to say that when the switch is in off position, the flow of electric current in a circuit is cut off. So there will be no function of any electric components. As for example, if you switch off the bulb, okay, that means the bulb will not glow. If you switch off the fan, that means the fan will not function. Similarly is the case with other electric components, not electric appliances. Okay, another is if the switch is in on position. If the switch is in on position, that means it makes the circuit. It makes the circuit, and that type of circuit is known as closed circuit. Okay, so that type of circuit is known as closed circuit, and this switch in a simple electric current is done either by an what we can say paper clip. Okay, we use metal paper clip. We have to use metal. Okay, if you use the insulated paper clip, it will not work. Okay, so in this position, as we discussed, that switch, the symbol of switch is like this. Okay, that means switch, if this is attached, as for example here, and you can say here, if the switch is attached, we called it a closed circuit, and if the switch is not attached, that means we called it a open circuit. Okay, so we can say that when it is in off position, that means it breaks the circuit and no electricity no electric current pass through the circuit, and when it is in on position, it is regarded as a closed circuit and it makes this circuit. That means it makes the electric appliances to function properly. Okay, so this was all about switch that was left yesterday. Now we will move towards another topic, that is the conductors and insulators. So as we know, there are various things in around us. Okay, there are various material around us, and material can be anything. It can be solid, it can be liquid, or it can be in any state. Another important topic is that it can be hard, it can be soft also. Materials can be corrosive or soft to us. Okay, as for example, corrosive means like acids and that. Then metals can be conductors and insulators. So why we are taking material as a conductor and insulator? Because we are talking about electricity, and we will also define what do you mean by conductors and what do you mean by insulators. But basically we use these two terms, the conductors and insulators. So we can say that materials which allow. Okay, so let's first talk about conductors. So materials which allow electric current to pass or flow through it is called or is termed as conductor, is called conductors. That means the material which allow electricity to pass through it. That means it acts as a medium. Okay, it can be copper also, it can be iron also. Okay, so wires are mostly made up of copper, and the outer layer of the wire, we can say that it is made up of the insulators. I'll show you that. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss about what do you mean by conductors and what do you mean by insulators. So we have a definition of conductor. That means material which allow electric current to pass through them is called conductors. We have examples like silver, copper, iron, texture. Okay, so these are the materials which allow electric current to pass through them. Even this is only in a case of solid. In case of liquid, we have salt solution. That means the mixture of salt and water. Okay, that means we can say that namak pani. Okay, that is also a good conductor because we have a formula of salt NaCl, and it has a negative and positive charge. Okay, it has a both negative and positive charge, so it is a good conductor of electricity. So in conductors, as I was talking about good and bad conductors, so basically conductors are of how many types? Two types. Number one, good conductors, and number two, bad conductors. Okay, so conductors, we have good conductors and bad conductors. So good conductors the material which allow electricity to pass through them easily. That means easily. That means there is no obstacles. Okay, there is no breakage or there is no fluctuation. Okay, so we can say that in good conductors, those material which allow electricity to pass through them very much easily are termed as good conductors. Whereas material which allow very little amount of electricity to pass are termed as bad conductors. That means sometimes it can be that we can't say it is a good conductor. Okay, but the material which allow electricity to pass through them easily are termed as good conductor, and the material which allow very little amount of electricity to pass through them are called bad conductors. Okay, so instead of talking about good and bad conductors, we simply have conductors and insulators. We simply have two words, that is conductors and insulators. So insulators and bad conductors are very much similar. Okay, only the difference is that in some cases electricity flows in a very little amount. Okay, so now let's talk about insulators. As we know about conductors, we can say that it's just opposite to conductors. Okay, so material which do not allow electricity to pass through them or electric current to pass through them are called insulators. That means they don't conduct electricity. So if you put two wires, okay, and if you flow the electricity, and if there is an insulator in between them, that means the current will not pass through them. Okay, it acts as an what we can say, obstacles. Okay, or it acts as a switch. Okay, it can also act as a switch. But if you remove that insulator and connect the two wires, that means again electricity can flow easily. So material which do not allow electric current to pass through them are called insulators. Example we have. Okay, so before example I want to explain you about insulators. Okay, so if any person gets a shock due to some malfunction of the wire, okay, so what happens when he or she gets a shock, when that person feels a shock? Okay, sometimes due to heavy electricity he is attached to that switch, okay, and he starts vibrating. So if you go and pull himself, you also will be affected, or you also will get a shock. But if you remove him or her with a piece of a pipe or a wooden block, okay, then it can be done, because wood and plastics are insulators. Okay, so wood, plastics, we have more examples like sulfur, glass. Okay, we have glass also. So these all are example of insulators. Okay, so we have a idea what do you mean by conductors and what do you mean by insulators. Okay, now we will talk about its uses of conductor and uses of insulator. Okay, uses means where these materials are used. Where these materials are used. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the use of conductors. Conductors, as we all know, that it allows electricity to pass through them. That means where there is a silver, copper, iron, etc. Okay, so let's have a simple experiment of a wire. Okay, what does wire constitute? It's constitute a what you can say, copper. Inside a wire there is a copper present in it. Okay, and it helps to conduct electricity from one place to another. But you have seen that in wire we have a plastic coated also. That means this copper wire has been coated with insulators. Why so? That is because the person who touches the wire, he or she doesn't feel the shock, or that person don't get electric shock. Okay, so to conduct an electricity, that means to pass the electricity from the source. Okay, that means we can say a battery, okay, or power plant. We need some conducting material. We need some conducting material, and that is wire. Okay, so it is a very good example of conducting material. As for example, if you have to test whether the switch is switch is functioning or not, so what you will do? You will take a tester. Okay, tester is a device which at the lower end is made up of metals and upper part is made up of plastic, okay, to hold it. Okay, and if you put that tester in this socket, okay, and if you switch, if the switch is on, we have to make a switch on so that we can know that it is a conductor. Sorry, the current is passing through it. Okay, what happens? There is a piece of bulb. Okay, if the bulb glows, that means we can say that the socket is okay, it is working. But if that bulb doesn't work, then we can say it's not working. And this type of things you can see in a screwdriver also. Screw driver, or you can say plier. Okay, in screwdriver and in screw plier. Oh, sorry, pliers. Okay, both conductors and insulators are there. That means we have a steel or iron also, and that is coated by insulators. Okay, so we have a brief idea of conductors and insulators. So now we will take an example of taking an example, and we will be showing a piece of wire. Okay, this wire is a conducting material. That means it helps to conduct electricity from one place to another. And in this wire we can see that there is a conducting material. That means there is a conductor inside it. Okay, there is a conductor inside it made up of copper. Okay, that means this is made up of copper, the inner one. Okay, and it is insulated with an insulator. That means a plastic. Okay, it is covered with a plastic. And why it has been insulated? Okay, so if we have to test this wire, is it correct or not? We can simply put by what we can say, by holding the wire. We will not get shock. Why? Because this plastic coated act as an insulator, but inside it we have a we have a copper. That means this is a good conductor. That means it acts as a conductor, and within it electricity flows from one end to another. Okay, and to protect ourselves from electric shock, the insulators has been used. So these insulators you can see in many other appliances also. As for example, in iron heater, okay, the wire is coated with 2 to 3 or of a thick, what you can say, plastic, okay, that act as a insulator. So this was all about the chapter electricity and current. Okay, so in this chapter we talked about electricity, sources of electricity, components of electricity, okay, then electric circuits, open circuits and closed circuits, and at last we talked about conductors and insulators.